Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session, we will learn Linux booting process steps in RHEL CentOS 7, the latest version of Red Hat. This is a very important and powerful aspect of Linux enterprise operating system. It's an open and user configurable method it uses for starting the operating system, where we have to learn these process steps. It's very much important as a fresher or experienced in a Linux system administration and a Linux operating system operators. If they want to know the hierarchy of the booting process, learn many things from any issues are occurring while booting of the operating system, that is a Linux server or CentOS, we have to do such a troubleshooting task. Many of the tasks will covers in this process. These steps. See, user are free to configure many aspects of the boot process, including specify the programs launched at boot time. Similarly, system shutdown gracefully terminates the process and organized in the configurable way, although customization of this process is really required. Right? It's a very important to know about the booting process of the Linux for troubleshooting, booting issues, and understanding the Linux OS functionality. In this tutorial, we are going to explain about the operating system booting process, functionality, and all the processes we will cover in a step-by-step manner. And here, the Linux process, there is an initial steps. All you know if you are having an experience. Earlier versions of Red Hat 6, there is an init. That is in a process name called it as. It is replaced in Linux 7, that is systemd. There is a file place, it's called etc systemd folder, the replacement of this one, it is indicating that process. The systemd system and service manager is responsible for controlling the services. Those who are needs to run the services to provide a service for that particular application and service, this systemd will do the management of controlling services to start the service, stop the service, restart the service, reload the service. Such a management things all will happen with the systemd. And although the systemd process replaces the init process literally it's in a bin place where it's showing here the symbolic of this path. For starting the services at a boot time, changing the run levels also, it provides the systemd and control the exiting process. Now, Red Hat Linux 7 booting processes are divided into 6 stages. That is BIOS, basic input and output, MBR, master boot record, bootloader, that is Grub 2 in Linux 7 they have implemented, and kernel, there's a very important aspect here, this is the concept, and systemd, it's in a process, and run level, that is in a target level where the system is going to be boot, to identify the booting where it's exactly wants to go for the manner. We'll know about all the things in step by step. We will see in this session the BIOS. Majorly we are focusing, BIOS is a basic input output system, is a firmware interface that controls not only booting process and also provides all the controls of low level interface to attached peripherals to the server. The device which server we are using, which is controlling everything which is attached, like a pen drive, keyboard, mouse, and any other external devices which are connected properly or not, it will identifies. And when you power on your system, it will read all the devices which are connected, and it will execute the post power on self test. Strongly remember, it's an important aspects and interview questions, most of the cases it will covers. Recognize the hardware devices to test and minimize the system hardware components. After successful post process, it will load to the MBR, master boot record for the further booting process to from here to stage 2. We will see for the stage 2 on continuous session of the next session. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you better understand about the BIOS. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views regarding MOS. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session today we will learn Red Hat Linux booting processes stages of 2 MBR master boot record. Earlier session we have seen that what is BIOS and what is the process of booting steps and all. The detailed information about MBR we will see here now. Let's start the session. Yeah. MBR master boot record. Master boot record plays in the first sector of the Linux boot hard drive, and this information preloads to ROM read only memory by BIOS. Once the initiated the power of the system, it will start the basic input output device power on self testing. Once it is completed, all the devices acquired and they have received the proper signals from that BIOS information, it will comes to the MBR part. The MBR is only 512 bytes in size and it contains the machine code instructions for booting the operating system. It's a very important interview question. What is the size of the MBR? Basically by default it is only 512 bytes only, and it will contains machine code instructions to booting the operating system. It is called bootloader along with the partition table. Once the BIOS finds and loads the bootloader, that is a Linux 7 and CentOS 7, there is a called Grub 2. Strongly remember it. Grub 2 program into ROM memory or hard drive. It takes the control to the boot process to it. Simplify MBR master boot record loads and execute the Grub 2 bootloader. It will move to the Grub 2 level and it will execute starting from there in the booting process. Now in the next session we will discuss more about Grub 2. I hope you better understand this session about MBR master boot record. We'll continue give you the sessions for more information regarding Grub 2 and all for the complete the booting processes. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views regarding these sessions. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session today we will learn Linux booting process stages of bootloader. That is Grub 2 in Linux 7 they have updated in a latest version. Similarly in a CentOS 7 also. We will discuss more about in detail with the bootloader in this session. Let's go start this. Grub 2. It's a Grand Unified Bootloader version 2 of the bootloader. It's a Grub 2 is the default bootloader program for all versions of like Red Hat 7 and CentOS 7, and also Ubuntu versions starts from the 9.10. It has been a default replaced by Grub bootloader known as Grub Legacy. See, this is in a Grub. Majorly Grub 2 menu configuration settings taken from etc default Grub. When generating grub.cfg, we have to use this command to here I will show you, demonstrate you how it will happens. Yeah, now see here I'll show you what is the Grub 2 where we can see that and all by using cat, or else you can also use vi and all, but no need to change such a things. Okay, default grub, enter. This is what exactly the Grub in your current operating system, where the server you are having and the terminal where the access of the root privileges, you can check it. I am only cat in the sense it will information will be displays. Hence I am showing this is the information file. You need not to do such a things and change and all. It will creates while installation of the file, it will creates automatically. If changes are made any, unfortunately, and you don't know the changes of the parameters, those who where exactly places are occurs, hence it also you can create by using following command. See now here it's a command is grub2, yeah, sorry, grub2 hyphen mk config hyphen o, where the place of file executes boot grub2 grub.cfg, grub.cfg. This is the file. By using grub2 mkconfig command with the option of -o, you can regenerate that particular configuration file, and you can use original as operating by default. While installation of the operating system, it will create a file. No, that file you can create in the bootloader. That file you can create in the bootloader. And grub2 configuration file located in the system where we have entered the path. Here you will see etc, sorry, it's a boot. I'll show you just a second. Before on that, I want to tell you which version you are using in system. You have to cross check it. etc system, sorry, etc system hyphen release system etc system lease release. This is the operating system CentOS Linux release 7.6.1810 core. Now you identify the configuration file by using the cat. I'm editing only, not only editing, I'm showing, I'll show you the file where it is. Boot and grub2 and grub.cfg. See here, see the file CentOS 7. Just a second, I'll will come from the beginning. Yes, see here I have entered a command where it is. You check it with your terminal. All the paths the bootloader specifies. The bootloader specifies set the where it should go and where it should reach the kernel levels. That is the third level. You should check here. I'll show you here. See here now. See the bootloader start the RHEL7 kernel, initiate that RAM disk, grub to install the boot sector of your server hard drive, and configure load kernel and init RAM fs and init rd in the initial boot file system that will mount prior to the real file system on Linux operating system. And you will check with that. Show you here, just a second. Yeah, see here. Now the real file system where it is occurred, like where it begins that kernel levels and paths of the operating system by default, that will all see init VM lineage. Here it's in a file dev mapper CentOS. These are the fs tab paths and all. It will redirect where the exact image it is moving to boot the system. That file it will allocate that grub bootloader and it will move to the next level of kernel level. All right. And also I'm very much strongly informing you that do not recommend to edit that grub 2 configuration file. If you are missing this, it's a very typical system may get boot or may not boot in a such a manner. And also one more command is there, lsinit rd space pipe less 2 C boot init fm ram fs, what the file, the version of kernel, it is that image. Have you identified that? This is the image file, it's indicate 31 MB. It is from grub2 to moving to the kernel level where the kernel is occurring, that version of the kernel. This is the kernel version it's having the system, and it's moving to grub2 to moving to that particular kernel version. And it's also focusing on the services like these are the modules: I18N, network, IFCFG, playmount, and DM, kernel modules, LVM, QEMU. QEMU indicates that VMs. All right. These all are it will indicates and it will start initializing the process. It will moves that. See, these are the all the services. It's identifying from the bootloader itself. You identify by pressing the down arrow. You identify these are the configuration files which will start to initiate, yet to start, and it will move to by using these are the services to having to move to the kernel level. I hope you better understanding about grub2. We will see on the next session on about kernel, which is a very important aspect and important task of the booting process. Thank you for watching this session. I hope you better understand about this. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views regarding this. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Harisystems. Today in this session we will learn booting process of kernel. It's a very much important in a booting process stages. We'll see step by step what is kernel and all. When the kernel, this is in a kernel, it's in a majorly intermediary scripting. There is a configuration file scripting which is interacting between hardware and software manner to give us an user instructions to play a key role in the server operating systems in open source Linux and Ubuntu and CentOS. These are the open source flavors which are working on these platforms. This is the main heart of the operating system like server. See, this when the kernel is loaded, it immediately initializes and various hardware attached to the system. Earlier session we have identified that what grub2 will do. If you are not identified and seen that, please see earlier session of Harisystems. We have a good session for grub2, how it will reach the grub2 and what grub2 will do to move into the kernel level. Now once it's received a signal from the grub2, the kernel will start the load, and it will loads. While loading, it initialization configure the computer's memory and configures the various hardware attached to the particular system, including all processors which are connected to the motherboard of the server. It's initiate that processors, IO subsystems and storage devices which are written in the mount point or FS tab. There is a permanent way the path we have decided, that's the mount points. It will checks and it will recognize as a device it's working, and then it looks for the compressed init ram fs images. It's an image will come from group while booting in a grub2. There is an init ram fs. We have seen that image predetermined location in a memory. It will set to the memory and decompresses directly in the sys root and loads the necessary system drivers like which hardware component which needs to perform in a good way, and it should comes under a functionality way attached with the operating system. It's needed a software driver, and it will initiate all necessary drivers. And next it will initialize the virtual devices related file system such as LVMs, RAIDs, and before completing the initram FS process and freeing up the memory in the disk image once it is occupied. Once it is occupied in the main memory and physical memory as well as the hard drive, it will creates the grub, what is the loader which is having init RMFS file system. At this point, the kernel is loaded into memory and operational. However, since there is no user applications and allows meaningful input to the system, not much can be done with the system. Identify all these processes. There is a no intervention it won't take in a kernel levels. While system starting, kernel loads all necessary kernel modules and drivers of the initrd image and load the first process system D in a Linux system. There is an always it will start the system D process in as a first process. It's a very much important question of the interview. Which process will starts on brute process as a first one? That is a system D. If it is in a Linux 7 system D, if it is in a Linux 6, it is a initd process. For this, you can identify the following command as a system 1, that PID ps-f. By using this command, you will see that hyphen grub system D. To know the process ID, PID of the system D. See the first one, it is indicating the first ID. Okay, and this is a system D process. That is the kernel once it's initiating, that is the first process ID, it will shows like that. Okay, that's all. The kernel will initiate and runs and executes the different aspects. It will also install the system. Now we will see the next session. We'll see what is system D and processes of the Linux stage levels. I hope you better understand. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views regarding this. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session today we will learn about boot processing stages of system D. That is an initial stage of initializing of the booting of the after kernel level. The system will move to the initialization level that we'll see now here. The sbin init program, it's an earlier version of Linux 6. It is now it is indicate that system D it's replaced with the CentOS 7 and Red Hat Linux 7. Mounts all partitions listed in etc fs tab. It's a system D process in the first process ID to run the Linux 7 systems, and it initializes the system and launches all the services that were once started by the traditional initid process in earlier days. In system D process reads the configuration file of etc system D system default.target. Then it's load the OS in targeted run level .target. See the path we will see identify that etc system D system. Yes, cd etc will go the path in a step by step. System D again system default target wants default target system. We'll see now here. See here it's showing that basic target wants, default target wants and display major services and VM tool and all the targets, different targets, which target it want, and it will shows all the things. All right, and it's called run level of the target. This tells systemd to start everything in user lib systemd system basic dot target before starting the multi-user configurations, run levels and all. To know the systemd process in a configuration file, we'll see in a simple command ls-l etc systemd system. See, this is the same thing. Earlier I have told you that earlier version of target systems user lib systemd system, and now it's directly taking graphical target wants, local fs multi-user target wants, printer target, remote. If any the target which you require, you can specify and configure which as your requirement of the target levels also here, and you can define also the target levels and all. We'll see on the next session. I hope you better understanding about these all the things. Basically I would like to tell you the things, one thing here. Basically all the files in a bootloader, the kernel and all the things what we are discussed in the earlier sessions also. Find out more sessions are available for booting process for Harisystems. And now see here, I'll show you one thing here, that boot, move to the boot and take ls. This is the init rmf file initialized while booting grub 2, and grub levels which is here, and simvers are there, gz files and vm lineage files to initializing. This is the kernel version we are using for this system. All everything will be on, comes with that boot also. There is a files. I hope you better understand about this boot systemd process. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session we will learn booting process of 6th stage, that is run level, target level, how we can define a run level and how we can choose our custom run level in the Linux booting process of Red Hat Linux 7 and CentOS 7 of the latest operating system. Straight away we will go there. Earlier sessions we have covered all the session levels of boot processing. Please identify there is an much sessions are available in the Harisystems channel. Now we will see run level target. Systemd uses targets in latest operating system servers instead of run levels. By default there are two main targets are available. Multi-user.target related to the run level 3 on the earlier system, and graphical.target related to run level 5 for earlier system of the init process. Init level 3, init 5, some of the commands may very familiar with those commands of the Linux administrators and all experienced persons. Now it is upgraded to multi-user.target and graphical.target. To know the present level of the run level, this command you can easily know which level you are in. I'll see here run level, just simply run level, you can enter it. N5, it indicates the group of the N5 indicates where I am here, run level 5, in the sense graphical target. I am able to seeing here the graphical window. You identify that the background, there is a background, it's a graphical user interface, hence it's a that target level is graphical user interface. Now we can also use that current default target systemctl get default to know the target of the file. I'll see here systemd default target. Just a second, I'll see the command. It's not a systemd. I have to start the service, like call the service to the process. Systemctl default target. default, 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 yeah, not in a target, get default, get hyphen default. See, system CTL will execute the status of the status or start the process. System D process, which is required to initiate, start, stop, and all the process system CTL. In earlier systems, it's a service. Now it's replaced with the system CTL, and execute the command get default, which is the target. It's working presently running. It will give the output graphical dot target. If you want to change the target to set your custom, and you can change and you can set like by using this command set, instead of get you can change to set default space the name of the target you have to specify. Graphical, I am specifying again dot target, enter. Now same thing will happens. Multi-user also you can set the target and you can replace it as your wish. For our convenience, we'll set the multi-user target. We'll see now. Multi-user dot target. Now see here, multi-user target, it is moved. Once if I restarted the system, it will move into the multi-user target. Similarly, set multi-user, set graphical user. I have set again, I have cleared into that thing, and I need to boot with the desktop. Hence I am replaced with the graphical target. You can check all the levels, and you can check set reboot dot target. It will reboot the system. Power of the target, it's a 0, and 1 is a rescue target, and run level 2 is a multi-user target, and 3 also multi-user, 4 also multi-user. You have to specify like the keyword. See here, multi-user dot target, graphical dot target, reboot dot the target is the run level 6. That's all. This is the all about Linux booting processes of the levels in the Red Hat Linux 7. I hope you better understand earlier sessions. We have discovered and covered all our 6 stages of the booting process. Very much important for the interview questions. One by one you have to clearly justify them. They will better understand. While you also understand it, while it's required to troubleshoot when it's not booting the server, it's a highly important, and appreciate if you are know well. And these are the step-by-step process to know about the latest changes happens in the Linux booting processes and all. I hope it will helpful and understanding booting process of the latest version of Red Hat Linux 7 CentOS 7. Such as a way we are creating many articles and sessions regarding this manner. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views, and let us know any of Linux requirement support and all. Contact Harisystems.com. There is a website is also available, and share the link to the those who are required really wants to know about the Linux administration. Real-time scenarios and real-time experts are available to always give you the suggestions. We'll try to help you on hands-on. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, share and comment. Thank you.